Everything around us is coursing with sexual energy. It's that feeling of vibrance and vitality and just that sense of creative expression. That same sexual energy swirling around us also exists within us. The thing is, though, we're often disconnected from the flowing and powerful force of our sexual nature. This is mostly because the true, deep meaning of sex has been wildly distorted in our culture. So, you know how people talk about prana or chi or life force energy, you know, that sense of aliveness inside of us? All that really is, at its core, is sexual energy, right? Everything is sexual energy. Our entire foundation is built upon sexual energy. All of us, of course, come from sex. We come from the energy of sex, and we were created out of that. And our every cell is kind of sparked, by this energy, right? Every cell is alive with that feeling of vitality. And that is sexual energy. Sex is presence. Sex is aliveness. Sex is that feeling of just being so tapped in and so tuned into your body and your inner knowing. It's being able to really just plug into your senses and just be alive and turned on by all of life, just really feeling that sense of deep orgasmic energy, no matter what you're doing, whether it is sex or it's cleaning your house or it's having an awesome conversation. Use it in everything you do. Don't be shy to use it in everything you do. Don't reserve it just for the bedroom or for a romantic partner, whatever it may be. Don't reserve it for that. Pull it out into all of life. Allow your every action, word, movement, thought, expression, allow all of that to be colored, right, by that sexual energy. So I'm going to share 5 ways that you can really work to deepen your connection to your sexual self, and just really plug into that deep sense of pleasure. So the first thing to do is really to spend time in nature. Nature is the height of sexual power and energy. It is coursing with aliveness and creativity and life force, right? It is Mother Nature, that sense of that divine feminine. And when we can connect to that, we can connect back to ourselves. We come back to that sense of wildness, right? Being out in nature just kind of stirs that up inside of us and just kind of allows us to step into just a more authentic way of being. So spend as much time in nature as you can, go for hikes, even if you can't make time for hiking or maybe you just don't like it, which I don't know why you wouldn't like it, but, go for hikes or sit outside in nature. It's as simple as sitting on a bench and just breathing that in and just being surrounded by it, just allowing yourself to be present to all of it. The second thing that I really want to put out there, because I think this is so important, is self-touch. We don't touch ourselves enough. We really don't. And I'm not talking about, something like masturbation, like self-pleasure, although there's nothing wrong with that, of course, that's a healthy way of loving yourself and giving yourself pleasure. But I'm actually talking about just plain old simple touch, all right? And I probably shouldn't say plain because it's not plain. There's a lot of magic involved with touching ourselves, just holding ourselves, allowing ourselves to be held, however it may be. We don't really do this enough. We don't really just stop and feel ourselves. And touch is really powerful. We all know there have been a lot of studies done on just the touch that you receive from another human being and how that enhances immunity and our mood and our energy and all of that. Unfortunately, there hasn't been a lot or probably like any, there hasn't been really a lot done to look into self-touch, because I just feel like it's just not valued as much as it should be. And we really need to take matters into our own hands, literally, and just touch ourselves every day. Just spend time being very present whenever you need and you feel like you want to be held. And this could be something as simple as just what I'm doing here is just touching your heart, touching your belly, maybe touching anything where you might feel a little discomfort, or you might feel some emotion throughout the day that's like, oh, what is that? Or just something that you need to sit with. Just hold on to it. Just find that spot in your body and just hold it and just be present to it. It's so powerful touching the self. Even when we're doing something as simple as showering or bathing, like when you're scrubbing yourself, being really present and aware, like not taking it for granted, just noticing how your body feels, how your skin feels, how your energy channels feel within you. If you do that, you are only going to enhance, right, the feeling. When we're unconscious of touching ourselves, and we're going through the motions, right? We're just bathing and whatever. When we do that, we're not really allowing ourselves the opportunity to feel more pleasure, to feel more aliveness, to tap into our divine selves. But when you actually slow down and you're actually conscious of the touch and you're conscious of what it feels like to touch yourself, right? As you bathe yourself or put oil on yourself or lotion on yourself or massage yourself. When you can just slow down and be conscious to that, it changes everything. It enhances your energy, boosts your immune system, brings all of that sexual power to the forefront, and makes you feel yourself in a whole new way. Okay, the third thing I want to mention is hip circles. It's one of my favorites because I love hip circles. So the energy for all of us, all genders, we have a lot of sexual energy in the pelvic region, right? That is like where the foundation of it is. When we activate it, when we work with it, that energy can actually move up and out and around the body. And so many of us are so disconnected from our pelvis and our pelvic region and our genital area. Like all of that, we're just not really paying attention to it. And so when you actually start working with this area and start moving this area and allowing that energy to move and swirl, you're just opening up lots of opportunities to feel more pleasure, to feel more of that sexual vitality and aliveness. So start your day off by doing some hip circles, and just getting real silent, real quiet, just allowing yourself to tune in. Again, being conscious is key. You don't want to do hip circles and just be off in your head somewhere. You really want to be present to the actual act of doing it. You really want to feel that energy as it's moving through the pelvis, as it's moving through your hips. Feel that energy moving around, just align to it. What we focus on expands. Our focus carries tremendous power. So just start honing in and focusing on your body, showing your body that it matters, that it's worth it. When you start doing that during these hip circles, you will start to activate something that is very exciting. So this next one is all about activating your 5 senses, okay? Just allowing yourself to use those 5 senses. We are not using our 5 senses enough. A lot of times we're taking things for granted. We're just kind of busy and we're just going quickly through things, and we're not really taking the time to stop and to feel, to hear, to smell, to taste. Like we're not really taking the time to immerse ourselves in our senses. And something like this is so essential and can be done at any moment. That's the beauty of it. So when you're having a meal, not rushing through it, really taking the time to notice how the food feels, going into your body, and really how the taste is, feeling that on your tongue, feeling every moment of it. Also, another great way is, I talked earlier about being in nature, using your 5 senses in nature. So take the time, exercise your senses by focusing on each one in a very intentional way, wherever you are. You know, you could be at a party or whatever it is. Just activate those 5 senses. It'll give you a deeper feeling, a deeper sense of your body, a deeper sense of the energy that you contain within you. So finally, I wanted to say, and this is so important, that's why I'm saving this for last, because I want you to remember this. You might not remember all of these, but deep breathing. Deep breathing, deep breathing, deep breathing. So essential in terms of feeling the body, in terms of really being able to get in touch with our sexual aliveness. We don't breathe deep enough. We're breathing so shallow. We're not really, taking that inhale and that exhale out to the fullest extent that we can. We're just not. And so it's about getting conscious of your breath and really allowing that inhale to go deep, picturing it going all the way down into the belly, just filling you up, taking your time with it, allowing that exhale to be moved all the way out, okay? Experiencing each breath as if it were precious, which it is. I mean, every breath that we breathe is precious. And you don't want to just let them roll by, and you don't want them to be shallow. You want them to be deeper. You want them to have more quality to it. You want to devote your intent and your consciousness to it. And when you do this, you start to awaken those channels of energy within. You start to align to your sense of vitality again. I truly hope that you enjoyed some of the tips in this video and that you will start integrating them into your life today. Again, life force energy is sexual energy. Sexual energy is life force energy. All of this is our birthright, and feeling pleasure day to day is our birthright, right? Feeling joy, feeling that sense of ecstasy, that sense of bliss, that is our birthright. And we are blessed with these bodies that we only get to have for so long. And so enjoy it, pay attention to your body, love your body, honor your body, celebrate your body, and in turn, it will align you. It will allow you to come back to that sense of aliveness and sexual expression. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you're not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. And please leave a comment below. Let me know what you thought of these tips, and if you have some other tips to share, drop them below as well. Share them with us. Let us know what you do to enhance that connection with your sexual self, with pleasure. And thank you again so much. I will see you next time.